Hello everyone. Today I am with one of my clients, Dr. Cagri Kutlu. Cagri, welcome.
Oh, thank you, man.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am good as well. So today we are gonna talk about the global talent visa. Chagri has got his global talent visa approved. Chagri has been here for a few years actually, for many years actually, but he got the global talent visa, and we are gonna talk about his experience in applying and getting the global talent visa. What are the advantages of the global talent visa, and why anyone should consider applying for this particular visa? So Chagri, to start with, can you please tell me what is your background, what do you do, and can you just give us a picture of yourself?
Okay. I graduated from mechanical engineering from Turkey, and I did my master there. And I came UK for my PhD study. I did my PhD at University of Nottingham, Sustainable Energy Technologies. After my PhD, I got an offer for a research project. Then I start working as a research fellow at the University of Nottingham for 4 years. Now, currently, I work in Leeds Beckett University as a lecturer now. So my story about the global talent visa started during my postdoctoral research period.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you very much for for the background. It's very useful. So you are a researcher. So of course, the global talent visa is kind of designed for people who have academic backgrounds, and you are one of them who applied and who get the global talent visa through your academic achievements, which is great. So can you please tell us how did you decide to apply for the global talent visa? What made you think that you are eligible for this particular visa?
Okay. During my research fellow post here, I had a tier 2 skilled worker visa at that time. As a research fellow, your contract and your visa is limited with the length of the project. Then my first project was a 3 years project. Then my visa length was 3 years that time. But all research fellows knows that then when one project ends, then we move to another project. But this time you have to apply for a visa, because if you have worker visa, a university should be sponsored to you again, and the same process start, and the length of your visa still end of your project. And some projects are just 1 year or 6 months. So this is a bit burden to you. In that time, at the end of my 3 years visa, I just discovered that there is a global talent visa. And the best thing for me is when you have that visa, you don't need a sponsorship during your global talent visa time. And for my case, from one project to another project, there is no problem. The HR immediately move you to another project, so you don't have to apply again. So this is the best case for me. Then I also learned that you can also work as a part-time during your one full-time work. Then
in global talent is basically you can do as much as work you would like to, right? So it's flexible in terms of the work. You are not tied to a particular employer, which is great. You don't need a sponsor. It brings you a lot of opportunities that you don't have or you wouldn't have in other visa categories, right? Like skilled worker visa, which is very good. So in terms of the global talent visa and your experience, so of course, this visa is designed for people who are highly skilled, who has great achievements in their fields, right? So how would you consider yourself as a global talent? What make you to think that you are a global talent to apply for this visa?
Okay. That time I had a few papers actually. So I mean, in the academy, in the area, I had some publications, and also I work with international projects during that time. That's why I want to check that if I'm eligible for this application. And in global talent, there were 2 roads. maybe they know that one is for the established talent. What was the full name?
So like there are two categories,
yes,
right?
two
One of the
categories.
category is exceptional talent,
Yes,
which is for those people who are established in their career, in their field, who are already leader. And the second category is exceptional promise, which is more suitable for people who are at the beginning of their journey, right? So
yes, and of course,
which one did you apply? You apply for exceptional promise, I
promise.
believe.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes, because because I just graduated my PhD and 2 years before my applications, and of course, professor, my line manager also encouraged me to apply for it. That because we in the application procedure we also need professor's support letter for you to be in the global talent visa. So yeah, my main motivation was I didn't want to apply visa all the time, and the flexibility or freedom to change your work is also the main criteria. Then I start checking the requirement in the website of the global talent. Especially there is no very specific requirements like a job application, as I noticed, and an application form was also quite straightforward, just a cover letter, professor's support letter, and your CV, and that's it, and they will evaluate. Then I was thinking that I'm eligible because I had publications and citations, and then I failed.
Okay, so you applied by yourself,
yes,
without having any legal consultancy, right? You did your application alone on your own before, and it was denied. So why do you think the Home Office? Why do you think the endorsing body denied your application in the first place when you prepared your application on your own?
Yes, I think my mistake was I thought the endorsing body is a Royal Society of Engineering.
Yeah.
The professors will check my career, and I also have support from my professor. Then I thought that will be enough to convince them, because professors, you can easily check other colleagues' academic achievements in the websites. They
could just go and like look at the Google Scholar. They would find
or Web
you.
of Science. I mean, yeah, if you want to look more big impact publications, so you can. There are way to check it, and I thought that okay, they can check and they can understand, but yeah, it was a mistake. Then it was a very heartbreaking mistake for me.
I think it wasn't. It was a mistake that we can all learn, right? From your experience. Basically, it is just not like submitting an application to the endorsing body. Basically, you need to work on your application. You need to work on your personal statement. You need to work on your reference letter that you are gonna have from your professor, whatever it is. So, because it is not just how many publications you have, it is not just how many citations do you have, like you have for your papers. There is more, and the endorsing body would like to see your story. What is your story? What makes you a talented person?
Yeah.
I think that part was kind of missing from your first application that you prepared alone in your own, and then you contacted me, right? At that time, you were not sure whether or not you would do a refile for the global talent application, whether or not you would consider like reapplying for it. And we had a conversation, and you were telling me, hey, look, they denied my application because I didn't have a patent, and they did use it like
international award. I didn't have it.
And I said like, what? No, there is no such requirement for global talent. So you don't have to have patent. You don't have to have any international awards. There must be something wrong. And we start preparing your application again at that point, right?
Yes.
How was that process? Can you please tell me like, what did we do different in the second application when you were working with us?
Yeah, I think the long period was you tried to convince me to apply again. So this is the longest period, because I was sure that I'm not I didn't cover this requirement. So why they give me that award now? Anyways, then you convinced me. Then I sent you my old application files. Then I got feedback from you. then you clearly notice that the missing parts, I think. And in 1 week, you just revise it based on my CV and my story, of course. Then you sent me back your revised application form. Then I just read it, and even I said, okay, this is good.
Yeah. This time it is good. Yeah. And then at that point, when you were kind of reviewing, because we had a fun conversation just after you saw my my work, basically, and you said like, I think we will get the application done this time, right? You said something like that, because like, you know, this time the whole story, the structure of personal statement, the structure of reference letter, everything was different, because of course you were applying for exceptional promise. Then we need to sell a story indicating that you have some achievements already, but the biggest part is gonna be what will be your future in the UK, how you are going to be a leader in your field, right? Those are the things that we kind of highlighted, I think, in your application.
Yes, and professor support letter should also clearly state that this person will be the future for the UK,
and should give the reason. It's not just like mentioning that you would be a future leader. That also be reasoned in terms of why, in what ways, right? And then that should be supported by your already existing achievements in your field. But you know, let me ask you a question. I think many people would wonder whether or not like having too many paper published, or like having too many citations, would that really help to get the global talent visa? What, like, if like there are people who are watching this video, and if they wonder like, you know, what are the added value of having too many publications or too many citations for global talent visa applications?
Yes, I understand that this is not numbers are not important in this application. They are looking more like at what kind of impact your paper on the field. And of course, citation is important, but you should clearly mention that this paper aiming to solve this issue and also if you link with the UK future plans, then citations will be a kind of proof that yes, it has an impact. So that's why just saying about numbers is not a big, not helping. And I can see my friends also work with you and two of my colleagues. So they also didn't have that much papers, but they also receive it because their work was actually worth this visa.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we work with two of your friends after we got your case approved, and I believe one of your friends who worked with us, he applied by himself, he get denied, and then we get it approved again, like similar story, but obviously he had like much less publications compared to you and much less citations again compared to you, but still get the global talent visa approved. So I think from my experience working with people in different disciplines from different sectors, what I believe is basically it is not the quantity, so it's not the quantity of publications or citations, it is the quality of the work that you do, and it is not just the publications. Probably you wouldn't get the global talent visa just like indicating that you have too many publications, but you need to show that like what else you have done in your field, because you indicate that you are going to be a leader, a potential leader in your field, right? So what does leadership means to you? That is the most important question that we try to answer in the global talent visa applications, and that's what we did in your case as well, right? We answered that question basically.
Yes, exactly.
Cagri, so what would you recommend to people who are watching these videos? So what would be your suggestions if they think to apply for global talent visa? Let's say like people younger than you or like earlier in their career, but they would like to consider applying for global talent visa. What would be the one or two things that they need to work on?
Okay. First of all, it is not a really, the name is quite heavy, the global talent visa, but if you prepare your application properly and addressing what they are looking for, it is possible to get it. So if you're planning to stay in UK, I think you should make some preparation for this visa application. Of course, the visa, you need to show some promising achievement in academia. So if you have it, definitely it will worth to try, because the advantages we already mentioned, they are really promising compared to the other one. And also the situation is a bit complicated now here. So yeah, just try to prepare for it. That means academically improve the attending conferences, for example. I don't know. There's no limitation, but just show yourself active in the academia.
Yeah, you remind me of one thing actually from your application again. I think having those kind of networks and collaborations would be a good indication of your future leadership in the field, right? Because I remember when we were drafting your application, you had like different projects, you work with different people in your field, and then how we use that information is basically we use that information to show that you have already started these kind of collaborations, right? And then that is a good indication of your potential leadership in the field. So if you are watching this video and if you would like basically wondering how you could prepare yourself to apply for the global talent visa within the next few years, within the next few months, I think one of the best things that you could do is having those networks, having those collaborations, like, you know, and then those people already working in your field. And then if you collaborate with them, that is a good indication that you have that potential to become a leader, to become one of them in the future. And you could use that in your global talent visa application. I think that was very helpful in your application.
Yes, I think so. Because there's a proof that, yes, I'm on the way, because the exceptional promise. Meaning that like you are going to be a future leader in your field. Yes,
right?
We should give some evidence for them to understand that you are in that way. And yes, the creating networks, attending conferences, speech, because, you know, if you are a leader, if you want to be leader, you can't be just yourself. So of course you need to have communicate with others. So yeah, if you are aware what you want to do, I think everything will be easier, because I was not aware. I didn't do preparation for my application actually, because I just learned that there is a visa, this type of visa is available when I need a visa. So it was just like some kind of rushing, so not a early preparation. But for the other people,
I think that's prepare. A very good point. I mean, definitely, I mean, what you said is very important, right? You just learn the global talent visa at the time you would need a visa to stay in the UK, and then you wouldn't have much time. You were lucky because you work with us and we got your global talent visa approved. But the important thing is, like, if you are doing your PhD at the moment, if you are doing a master's degree, if you are already working on skilled worker visa, I think the most important thing for you, if you want to stay in this country, like, have a plan basically, you know, to get the settlement as soon as you can. And the global talent visa provides you the best option, just 3 years to get the settlement. Which is a perfect opportunity, I think. So before we close, is there anything else that you want to highlight? Or
I think we already mentioned everything, but if they want to ask anything about my journey, so I will be happy to answer, or they can contact you. So.
Okay, what we can do, we can put your LinkedIn profile in the video description, and you can contact Cagri if you are wondering his experience of applying for the global talent visa as a mechanical engineer, working in the academia for a few years in the UK, or like if you have like any question about doing a PhD, masters in the UK as well, right?
Yes.
We might have those kind of questions as well. I don't know.
Okay, don't be super specific, but I will have a more general question.
Thank you very much for watching the video. We help people for their immigration journey in the UK. We are expert in global talent visa. We had too many clients, and we spoke with Cagri today, who shared his own experience in applying and getting the global talent visa. If you are wondering more about the global talent visa, you can contact us. The only thing you need to do is just send in a CV, your up-to-date CV to us, and we will make a free evaluation. And if we think that you meet the eligibility criteria, we can have a free video consultation for you to discuss the global talent visa criteria and the application process. You can just contact us through email, and see you next time.